All right. Last week, you guys stormed the stronghold from. Did we say the guy's name was Koth, or was it Takar?
It's
Who
technically
did
it's
we?
Dakar. We swapped it like last session, but the session before we had Dakar as the governor, and that was technically the session a long time ago. Um, and Koth is actually the guy who's the we rescued.
Okay, so you raided ex-governor Takar's stronghold. Um, Notice that they basically captured crews of all the ships they were raiding, turned them into a forced labor camp. You were able to release all of those and figure out where they were, or basically determine through interviews with them what ships they came from, what was raided, um, fates of the ship, etc. You're able to capture and imprison the remaining guards that were on the planet, which was about 14 of them. You also destroyed in space combat two um, Burrell class birds of prey and heavily damaged the weapon systems of their, was it Vorcha class? Yes, their Vorcha class battleship that had the ex-governor on it that unfortunately fled the system to live to make your lives a living hell another day. With the ships heavily damaged and the Tiananmen carrying the now liberated forced labor force, the ships arrive after a few weeks' travel to Deep Space 17. And like I said, this will pretty much be whatever you guys want to do, whatever you want to try to find out. A lot of this I'll just make up on the fly. Anything you guys want to set up for the future, we can. Other than that, depending on who you want to roleplay as, you could roleplay as anybody on either ship. And I will turn it over to the bridge of the expedition as the ship just pulls into one of the station's many docking rings. As I'm trying to see who's here. All right, that makes sense, I think. Docking complete, Captain.
Very well. Well, Steen will be here for a few days. Commander Casey, feel free to start handing out shortly for everyone. I'm sure we want to get out of the way for the S-17 repair crews.
With pleasure. He'll pull out his pad, start putting together a duty watch rotation, and then beginning writing passes.
And you start going through your duty rosters. A lot of the department heads are kind of already way ahead of you. They're eager to get off the ship after a few weeks in space themselves. Stretch your legs, as it were.
Well, Commander, I will leave you to it. I'll be in my ready room till the shortly starts.
Very well, sir. In that case, he will turn to the rest of the bridge officers and say, I consider all of your leave passes approved. I'll stay on board and take first watch here on the bridge.
Yes, Commander. Ben will look over at Krim. Krim, do you have any suggestions on board the station? Krim, you may be on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. What was asked? I'm sorry.
I was just asking for any recommendations on the station.
Not really, Captain. I mean, this isn't DS9, but I don't really have a preference. I'm not that picky.
All right, well, what say you and me start off by grabbing some food and, I don't know, just seeing where it takes us.
Sounds good to me.
All righty. Yeah, I guess to be inclusive, Beden will just say anyone else is welcome to come along if they want to, and then he'll make his way and start going to the station. Oh, Prax, I just saw what you posted. Yeah, let's try our hand at the colony. So Ben will mention instead of going to the station, he'll make his way to the colony. Anyone else is happy to come along if they wish.
Memory serves me correctly. The colony is just like a small Federation colony, right?
Yeah, it's not heavily populated. It's mostly like. I guess the proper word to say it's I mean, under 5,000 people on the surface. It's not real big, like a small town, practically. You know, when ships that have been converted from starships into literally buildings. So,
Cool. Yeah, so typical Federation build. Just so I get the picture in my mind. Cool. So that Bedden's heading to the planet. Krim, Casey going to planet side colony.
Sounds good to me.
Just so I get an idea of where everybody's at.
Casey might go over to the Tiananmen.
Alrighty. Well, that I can do. Right, and then Captain, you just hold up in your room or in your ready room.
well, looking to see what is available to do, but I'll message you when I end mine.
Okay. Cool. So we'll jump around a little bit. We'll head to the Tiananmen. As the Tiananmen, obviously slower than the Expedition, it finally docks at Deep Space 17. And your helm officer say, "We're docked up, Captain."
Alrighty. Well, since Commander Rel is currently on sick leave, I believe he said. Alan, could you please coordinate the delivery of, well, the individuals on board, make sure they're presumably either going to be going over to the station or on the colony. We'll let the station commander decide exactly. Oh, good point, Ed. Well, in that case, Alan, if you could please join Commander Rel to oversee the transfer of the passengers to either the station or to the colony. We'll let the station commander tell us where he wants us to place these people. Let me know once that's confirmed. And I believe everybody deserves a bit of shore leave time.
Understood, Captain. So basically prep for shore leave and resupply.
Yes, please.
Understood.
All right. Well, once we have a plan, as I mentioned, everyone will be approved for shore leave. I'll start making up the quick duty roster and approving leave passes. And until then, I'll be in my ready room. So DeGrasse will get up and head to his ready room, and really quickly before he gets to the threshold, he'll turn and say, "Casey, can I see you for a moment?"
Yes, Captain.
He'll enter his ready room.
Do I have a spare ready room? This one might work.
Hey, I like it.
Get out of there, killer.
Lieutenant Casey. Wanted to call you in here. Get your thoughts. Think it's about time. Remind me, how long have you been aboard this ship?
That's a great question. When did we start the Tiananmen in this timeline?
It's been over a year. It's been over a year
All right.
because it's before the time jump. So the time jump was almost a year. So it's
Like
been-
she came aboard when everyone else made their secondary characters as well. In this timeline, because in the other one she was on the expedition. In case he was on the Tiananmen. Or maybe Casey. A little over a year now, Captain.
And how have you been finding it so far?
It's certainly been a step up serving as a primary science officer aboard the vessel. As an ensign on my last posting, the White Horse, I didn't have as much responsibilities and kept myself mostly to the science, but it's been good to branch out and test myself as a leader.
And if you were to grade yourself, what grade would you give yourself so far?
That's a tough question to answer, Captain. Of course, I cannot see myself totally impartially. I suppose a B plus. I don't believe that I have contributed to anything, any disasters aboard the ship, but neither do I think I've truly excelled to my full potential yet.
And why do you believe you've not excelled to your full potential yet? Is there something blocking you?
Perhaps nothing large or direct. I suppose it's just that I'm a scientist, and our missions tend to be of a rather mundane nature.
So you're bored, in other words.
I guess you could say that, at least as a scientist. Of course, if I were to transfer to a science vessel, I would once again be back toward the bottom of the ladder. While here, I have many responsibilities outside of my occupation as a scientist. In that regard, it's a trade-off.
Ross will lean back in his chair and give it a spin. And is that a trade-off that you see yourself making moving forward in your Starfleet career?
Well, I can assure you, Captain, I've had no thoughts of transferring off this ship at any point soon. I believe that the crew on board are excellent and professional, and I've grown quite fond of my crewmates on board. Your guidance as commanding officer as well, I believe, has been very beneficial to my development as a junior lieutenant.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant. I think I speak for the rest of the crew when I say they share your sentiments as well. The reason why I'm asking some of these tough questions, to be completely candid, is I remember when I was in your position. And frankly, I was asking myself some of these questions and trying to figure out the answers. He'll lean forward. In honesty, I believe that you were being very humble. I would expect nothing less of you. You've done an excellent job on board this vessel in your year here. And honestly, I just wanted to make sure that you were happy. If you choose to pursue more of a scientific career, Starfleet is always looking for excellent researchers. But seeing your performance aboard this vessel, I wanted to encourage you, as you think through the rest of your career path, to understand that having that mix of scientific aptitude, that analytical ability, that technical ability, and leadership potential, it's a rare combination. Obviously, not to boost myself up too much, but there is a reason why people from our backgrounds don't tend to go extremely far. The ranks of captains and admirals are, well, drawn from other services within Starfleet. So I just wanted to let you know that, again, based on what I've seen, I think that you have quite a bit of potential. I see a lot of commonalities between you and your brother. And if you ever need anyone to talk to about the future of your career, even if it's just simple questions or something much more lengthy, my door is always open.
Thank you, Captain. I appreciate your words. Of course, I don't know exactly where my career is heading, and as you are likely aware, I only joined Starfleet at a late age, comparatively late age anyway. But I can say that although the missions do get boring, working on board this vessel is certainly where I'd like to be right now and for the foreseeable future. Should that change, I'll let you know.
I expect nothing less. And just know that if you decide that this isn't what you want to do, despite my thoughts, despite my words, it's my duty as commanding officer to ensure that not only does the ship run well, but that we make sure to set everyone who's on this ship up with the right careers. Not only the right careers that matches their skill set and their ambitions, but also matches what they want to do. And given the pressures of the position, that's always something that can be difficult to keep in mind, but I want to make sure in this case, you know that you can just let me know, and I'll make sure to do what I can to make it happen.
Thank you, Captain.
All right.
This has been most enlightening.
Well, I'm sure you're pretty eager to go see family, so get out of here. You're dismissed.
Aye, sir. And she'll turn around and head out. Go to her quarters and find a civilian outfit.
And real quick before the scene ends, Don't worry, Krim. I'll make it happen just based on that comment. DeGrasse will key in to communicate with Captain Prax. He'll use his desk computer instead of his comm badge to do so. GM, are you back yet? All right. Yeah. Let's just say that DeGrasse reaches out to Captain Prax. Captain, do you have a moment?
Still have GM access. So,
Nice.
I was just doing some research, Captain DeGrasse. What can I help you with?
I was wondering if you were planning on taking any shore leave.
I was.
Well, if you don't have any plans, love to grab a drink, catch up. Yeah.
I do. I was planning on taking Kesri down to the surface of the planet. There's a local ranch, and it's gonna rent a horse.
Sounds interesting. Well then, okay.
Would you?
Wouldn't be the first time I've been rejected for a drink, so he'll kind of chuckle.
I mean, I'm not leaving right away. I can spare a few moments. I still do have to pack.
All right, well, just let me know when you have a free moment, and I'll make sure to work around your time schedule.
Feel free to stop by anytime. I'm just replicating a few things right now.
Understood, Captain. I'll see you in a little while. DeGrasse out.
All right, what did I miss?
So my science Casey and I had a career conversation, and then I dismissed her to go on shore leave, and then I reached out to Prax to see if she had a quick moment for a talk.
Cool. All right, where do you guys want to go next? Actually, I probably know where I want to go next, if it's here. Garibaldi, you in?
I am here.
Cool. All right. So you're hanging out in ops as two Starfleet vessels, the USS Expedition and the USS Tiananmen, request docking. So it's a U Vogel and the normal crew, probably. Maybe not so normal crew.
Some of the normal crew.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the supporting staff here. Maybe we do.
I will just check the schedule for the day to see if those two ships were scheduled to arrive today.
Last minute scheduling, but yes. Vogel will say, "Hey, Garibaldi."
Yes, Commander.
I'm sure you no doubt have heard about the two ships docking.
I did. They're last minute add to the schedule, but anything unusual about their last minute course change?
The expedition is requesting a few minor repairs to a couple damaged systems. And it would appear that the Tiananmen is carrying a little over 100 rescuees. They're going to need quarters on the station.
Rescuees from where?
I haven't got the full details yet, but my understanding is a Klingon pirate base.
Oh, that sounds amusing. Is there any rush to get them off the TMN? Might want to read that report before we decide where to put them.
As far as I know, they're crews from destroyed transport ships that were quote unquote captured by the Klingons, forced to work.
All right. Well, let's see. We'll probably need to make sure there aren't any security issues with them, but I'm sure we can find them quarters in a kind of a contained area of the station so we can keep an eye on them. And then I'll have sick bay send a crew down to run standard medical.
And also, the senior staffs have requested shore leave. Some requesting on the station, some requesting to go down to the colony.
Shouldn't be a problem. I mean, it's not like it's the Gunnier.
Remember what happened last time they came to our station?
I don't really want to remember. I mean, to you?
I believe in this timeline, or I believe we're currently at. I think they got into like a bar fight or something.
No,
Or did that happen after?
happened later. No, they the last time they docked, someone got murdered because they used a holodeck and some photonic entanglement thing happened.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's that whole holodeck murder incident.
Like I said, shouldn't be that much of a problem this time.
Well, I understand the expedition crew is pretty well behaved. I don't know too much about the Tiananmen crew yet.
I haven't met them. I've been largely impressed with the expedition crew.
Well, if you see any as you're walking around the station, give them a warm welcome. A quick scan for weapons, the usual.
Nah, like I said, they nowhere near as much trouble as the Gunnier. He'll be all right. He'll be all right, Commander. But let me get started on that so we have a place to put the Tiananmen's refugees. Any idea how long we're going to be responsible for them?
That's still up in the air yet. Commander Arisa currently with the Admiral about that.
All right, Commander. I'll go play yeoman. At which point he begins looking around for the quartermaster / yeoman. And pulling down the Tiananmen's logs related to the refugees.
Cool. All right, so where do we want to head next? I believe there's a meeting with the captains.
I believe Casey was heading over to see DeGrasse.
Oh, right. Too many character sheets. There it is. So yeah, we'll throw Casey right outside the office.
DeGrasse will say, "Enter."
Garibaldi, hot mic.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. What am I breathing too heavy or something?
I don't know. I just heard some banging. There we go.
Good of the Tiananmen to finally show up.
DeGrasse, his eyes will kind of brighten up. Well, I'm glad we did. Seems like y'all needed our help.
It was a bit of a pickle.
Well, to be fair, kind of broke up the monotony of scanning yet another astrophysical phenomenon.
Yes, I've heard all about it from Louise.
DeGrasse will just get up and walk over. Yeah, she's an interesting one. Whip smart and seems to have a lot of potential. And, well, I was actually just speaking with her a little while ago. She mentioned a little bit of boredom setting in. Does that remind you of anyone?
Yes, I think we've all experienced that, but truthfully, I think she might need a push soon to. Really, she either needs to make something of her career in Starfleet or further her scientific studies.
Well, between you and me, I gave her my recommendation on that, based on what I'm seeing so far. I think she's a Casey. I think she has leadership potential, but it's a choice that she's going to have to make herself.
I suppose a few more months won't do her any harm in either regard, but she's overdue for her promotion to full lieutenant now, and I think the question is whether or not she really wants it.
Well, you know me. I I don't push people into things that they're not prepared for. I do try to gently guide them in that direction, though. But I'm hopeful that she'll catch the ambition bug, and, well, to be quite honest, it took me a while to catch it as well. He'll look at his pips. After all, I was quite a bit older than you when I finally achieved that rank.
Well, and I'm not so different myself. I never aspired to this rank. But here I am. It's probably been a year and a half. About a year and a half of service in as a first officer, and I only just now think I'm settled into the role.
Well, if you're anything like me, it was constantly uncomfortable, but in a good way. Captain kept me on my toes. She was an excellent person to learn from. And yeah, I think being in a constant state of discomfort actually helped me move ahead. Made me understand that, well, didn't think there was ever going to be a right time, or I ever felt I was going to be ready to take the captain's chair. And honestly, it was the best decision I'd made. So, for what it's worth, he'll trail off.
I still remember the day you took command. In fact, I still remember when you and I took command of this vessel ever so briefly for a mission.
Yeah, it's funny how fate works out like that.
Indeed. And if you don't mind me asking, where do you see yourself going from here? Bigger starship, comfortable retirement, fancy office at Starfleet headquarters? Or a nice long career on board a reliable old ship?
He'll walk over and just put his hand against the wall. She's gotten us through a lot unscathed, but, well, he'll turn around. Not sure I want to be like Jim Kirk. I'm a big believer in passing the torch when the time is right. I believe for young men to have their time, old men must step out of the way. Not try to cling to dreams of youth. But luckily for me, I do see at least a few more years of having fun commanding this vessel. Well, what about you? You're coming up on a year and a half. Sure, you're not quite ready to make the decision, but I don't know. You thinking of chairs in your future?
Everyone keeps asking me that, and they keep asking that more and more as I advance with every rank and position. I've now made it as close as possible to that chair without actually occupying it. And the truth is, I'm still not quite sure. I guess I've never really thought to ponder too much on the issue unless it was actually put in front of me. I figure I'll serve my term as first officer on board the expedition, and if Starfleet Command makes the offer, I will consider it. If not, perhaps a relaxing posting back to Starfleet Academy to teach some promising young security officers maybe in my future. Or some distant colony project.
Well, in all honesty, I can't speak for everyone, but I do think that's a constant struggle. I'm sure Prax feels it too with her daughter. I feel it too. That's that give and take between the dream of settling down and living a bit more of a low-key life, and on the other hand, feeling duty calling, having to answer that call that's kind of always there. Well, I've said this to one Casey today, and I'll say it to the other one. If there's absolutely anything I can do to help, let me know. My door is always open.
It's as mine. I certainly wouldn't lock out a friend.
Well, this is getting pretty sappy, Casey. What do you say we grab a drink?
And my thoughts exactly.
He'll walk over to a bit of a, actually looking at the map, he'll walk over to that plant in the corner. Pull out a quick bottle that he's stashed behind it for occasions. Grab a couple drinks, well, I guess glasses from the replicator. Pour Casey a drink and then just say, well, I guess we can go ahead and get started before we leave the ship.
Of course, only the finest is stored behind office plants.
Well, rest assured, this is a bit of a holdover from Dr. Pearson. It's, well, it still burns. He'll take a drink.
I do wonder how he is doing.
It's been a while. Perfect. Gross will go over to his desk computer and look up Dr. Pearson. Well, as luck would have it, Arno, it appears the good doctor might actually be on DS-17.
Perhaps we should pay him a visit. I wonder if any of the other crew are still aboard the station.
Well, let's walk and talk. I know we have some stuff to catch up on, and we'll see who we run into.
After you, Captain.
He'll nod and take another big swig, and well, actually, he'll finish his drink because he's the captain now and doesn't want to walk on the bridge with an open drink. And he'll just set it down on the replicator. And he'll walk out, make his way to the station.
believe our GM is still AFK. Where are you heading to?
Well, I believe our group was gonna go track down Pearson on the station.
In one of the many sick bays in DS-17.
So, yeah,
Okay. So, I guess you two are walking into the sick bay,
correct.
and the first thing you hear is, "Who taught you how to hold a dermal regenerator? It's this way, not that way. Do you need to go back to medical school?"
Russ will turn to Casey. Well, this is either a good time to get him out of here or a bad time. I can't tell which.
Always hard to tell with that man.
Here goes nothing. Ross will walk into sick bay.
And yeah, Pearson is probably not paying any attention to who's walking through the door as he's attending to this patient with minor plasma burns.
DeGrasse will walk up right behind Pearson and kind of do a different voice pitch and just say, Doctor, I have another patient here that is experiencing some, well, some intestinal duress, actually. He'll kind of look at Casey and smile.
And you just literally, while you're standing behind him, you see his shoulders slump and go, "Oh, good grief, what did they?" And he turns around and sees your face and he's like, "Captain DeGrasse."
Doctor?
Fancy seeing you.
Is this a good time? And he'll look around a little bit.
Better than others, I'll tell you that. Peyton, would you mind finishing up here? And he'll just set down the dermal regenerator as one of the other nurses comes over and takes over. "Did you need something, Captain?"
Well, actually, we were just talking about you on the Tiananmen. Looked you up and then discovered that you were on the station.
Yeah. Ever since that incident way back when, I've been here. Been waiting for another starship to come available, but you know how they are right now.
It was a trying time. Well, never mind that. You You okay for a drink now, or should we give you a few minutes?
My shift is up in a few minutes anyway. Let me grab my bag and I'll be right with you.
Understood. We'll wait for you outside.
Sounds good. Walks into his office, grabs a... I don't want to say... It's almost like a gym bag. And starts heading out the door. Well, Captain, Commander, where do you want to go?
Casey, any ideas?
Is there like a nice lounge on the station? Like, is there like a named one, or I don't know what you guys have on the station game?
At your game, Prax, do you want me to name one, or...
There's the Big Bang Cafe, which is just a coffee shop, and it's the coffee and bakery. Supposedly there's a noodle shop. There is a clean on bar, according to the Gunnier now. The nightclub thing hasn't been fully established yet, and that's technically in the works of this timeline, so that's not even there yet.
Okay.
I would say there really isn't a bar, but there is a sort of 10 forward type establishment.
Yeah, we can just go to the officers' lounge to start our night. Get some noodles at the noodle shop.
Yeah, sounds good. Deep. Oh, I'm halfway tempted to do that, but I won't do it. I'm going to ask this out of character real quick, but does Garibaldi know anything about Pearson and his little escapade?
Which one?
The corn whiskey?
That does not sound familiar to Garibaldi's player.
Okay.
Garibaldi is also not station security, so
Well, true.
if he knew about it, he'd probably ask for some.
I'm halfway tempted to do this. Why not? I gotta... Pearson's gonna tap his comm badge and go, Pearson to Quenix.
Lieutenant Quinnick's here.
Lieutenant, a couple of friends of mine are meeting up in the lounge. I was wondering if you would want to meet up with us?
Sure. Just get these guests from the Tiamat settled, I'll meet you there.
Understood. Well, I'm not sure if you two know about Lieutenant Quinix, but he's a very reputable person. Correct me if I'm wrong, Prax, but isn't he like second in command to the commander of the station?
For the moment.
That just means Arif has a soft spot for him. For the moment.
Understandable. Do I need to make any stops along the way, gentlemen?
As long as you've got the stuff. I'm good to go, at least.
He steps his gym bag a little bit and says, then I don't need to stop anywhere.
All right. Well, let's get the show on the road. Doctor, do you know where we're going?
Oh, yeah. Deck 10.
Gotcha.
And yeah, we'll just literally head to that lounge.
Garibaldi will head there once he gets the refugees settled, sick bay started on performing physicals and whatnot.
Anywhere else we want to go before we head there?
Unless you want to do the thing with the captain. My character.
Where you're meeting the other captain?
Well, I think the grass kind of like forgot about the drink, so Prax is packing for her little shore lead. No, you continue with them.
We'll head here really quick. You said you're packing, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want to go.
It's outdoors. Get to play in the sun, and you like being outdoors. Thought this would be fun. A little camping trip.
But what about my holodeck story?
We'll always have the holodeck story. We're not always camped at a station where there's a planet that we could ride a horse, a real horse.
I don't even know what a horse is.
It's a four-legged creature that is tall and you can write on it. They come in all different types of colors.
Horses sound stupid.
Have you met a horse?
And she'll just shake her head.
You want to meet a horse?
Can I bring my doll?
Sure.
And she'll just put her doll in with what you're packing.
Alright, you need to go change. Because you do not want to be wearing that out in the middle of nowhere. Come on. And he pulls out a set of clothes. Appropriately for camping for Jezu.
But I don't want to wear that.
Hey, what do you think you could wear in the middle of nowhere?
I want to wear that. And she kind of points to, probably one of her play dresses.
That is not ideal. You'll get it ruined.
Camping sounds stupid.
Think of it as like going on a holodeck adventure, except it's real. Never know what we might run into.
Can you bring my bedtime story?
Yes.
And she'll grab the clothes and go off and change.
She just practice sighs with relief, and grabs a couple storybooks to go place in the little bag or backpack.
And your dog will just kind of follow you because, it doesn't know who to follow.
Other than packing and getting changed yourself, I have nothing else.
Alrighty. Should have populated the next scene, but I didn't. For lack of not having one, we'll use this as the Big Bang Cafe, I think. Pearson, where did your sheet go? I know it has to be in here somewhere.
I think it's under the side characters or something like that.
It is. Alrighty, so yeah, I'll throw you guys in the Big Bang Cafe. I'll throw a Quinnit's token for whoever he wants to join. I'll let you guys go, and I'll be right back.
What, did I miss the first round?
Sorry, what was that, Garibaldi?
Well, did I miss the first round? That disappoint me if I missed the first round.
Oh, no, not yet. We just got here. And he'll set his gym bag on the table and unzip it.
So how's life going for folks who are not stuck in one place?
Well, seeing what we just went through, honestly, happy to be stuck in one place for the time being.
Things are well aboard the expedition, but I couldn't miss up an opportunity to catch up with old friends.
Well, certainly you gentlemen have good stories. I mean, nothing ever happens around here.
Oh, come now. Find that a bit hard to believe.
It's a peaceful station in the middle of nowhere. Look at happen out here.
DeGrasse will crack a smile. We'll get it out of you, Garibaldi. He looks Casey. Well, I guess the most recent one we have is run in with a Klingon pirate station.
That's the reason I have a bunch of temporary quarters full of refugees.
Oh. We knew you all would take good care of them. But seriously, thank you. It's well, I know those passengers will be looking to take it easy for a little bit.
Well, knowing Commander Reef, he'll probably put half of them to work when their own brand new business.
Well, I might suggest Commander Reef wait a little bit before putting them back to work. That might bring back some bad memories on their part.
Yeah, we'll do that. Unless we have to.
Well,
You guys run into, speaking of Klingon pirates, other than that, you guys had any seen any evidence of increased legitimate Klingon patrol in the area?
well, for the Tiananmen's part, nothing unusual on our end. I was actually telling the two other guys here that things were pretty boring until I got the call from Captain Prax. But I'm not too sure about the expedition, and he'll turn to Casey.
Yeah, even nothing for us to report either, although, to be honest, I don't think the Klingon Empire cares very much about rogue pirates.
Well, keep your eyes out there. I just got back from a little trip, and then I was having a conversation with the Klingon ambassador. Wouldn't you know it, he knew about some of the stops I made along the way back to the station that nobody should have known about. Fairly certain the Klingons are stepping up their patrols.
That's sounds a bit unsettling.
They could also be buying spies right under your nose.
Well, it's possible. I mean, there are excuses that they're looking for a renegade house. But, you never know. It's not like I tell everybody the truth.
Gentlemen, the first round.
Very good. As long as there's tequila in this, I'm good.
Oh, that's not tequila.
Ross will raise his glass. Friends.
Friends.
To friends. Oh, your engineer know that you're cooking hooch down the engine room?
Oh, who says it's the engine room?
It's usually where we find the renegade stills.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why it's not in the engine room. Maybe next time, Lieutenant, you're in Cargo Bay 14. Take a look behind panel J12.
Now you're just giving me more reasons to hang out on your ship.
This is Pearson. He's on the station.
Oh. Is that the doctor that came to help Mountain?
Yeah, it is.
I'm not a security chief.
She doesn't arrive until next week. I believe Ed had a difficulty for this whole thing with the fitness method difficulty 1, but he's not here, so.
Well, then we'll make the roll that you put out. Wait a minute. Why only got one die? Oh. I increased the I increased the comp and rolled one too many dice. Apparently, that didn't help anyway.
It's a 19.
Yeah, it's still 2-0, so I guess it hits me pretty hard. I'm not used to the good stuff out here in the middle of nowhere.
You definitely feel in your stomach. It's not synthol. That's for sure.
I'm going to roll in Discord for you, and it's just going to be a flat roll. I don't remember what scores are, though.
Will you take composure for a focus? Is GM back? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Prax, would you agree that's a valid focus?
I would say no, but I mean, he's not here.
He's got to keep his composure while he drinks whatever swill.
Yeah.
My roll's on Discord. I think that's 2 successes for sure.
Yeah. That so far it's 2 momentum gained. It definitely
Always
hits
the grass.
it's the two trills that are apparently it's not hitting so well. And we need to
That's
look at it.
appropriate for.
Oh, Garibaldi, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. That's good stuff. Quinix doesn't like it that much, but I'm fine.
Ooh, yeah, it tastes good. Tastes good on the drink, but oh, Grass will kind of lean forward a little bit. What is this, Pearson?
That's actual legit corn whiskey.
Mm.
That's more potent than the blood wine I had on vacation.
Oh. All right. I have a feeling I might just have to go back to normal whiskey. Just to kind of water this down after this drink. Ooh.
So, Commander Casey, how's she doing?
I think Casey might be in the bathroom.
Ah, okay. I'll wait for him to get back to ask that again.
Now, how long you gentlemen going to be in port?
Well, I know the expedition has a number of repairs to make. So they may be here for a little bit. I know that Tiananmen, once passengers transported and were resupplied, would probably be on our way pretty quickly.
Yeah, where you'll headed after this?
Well, our last and standing orders after our diversion to the Klingon pirate colony were to catalog astrophysical phenomena in the system. So I'll take another drink. Here's to scanning a few more asteroids and comets.
So hopefully that will be more peaceful than fighting Klingon pirates.
Yeah, should be, but well, I could tell it was good for the crew and the ship to see a little bit of action. We never want them to get too comfy, Garibaldi, I hope you all are not getting too comfy on board the station.
Well, we get out.
Not too much is happening.
Well, we get out every once in a while. I just came back from leave out in the Klingon, out visiting the Klingons.
Oh, tell us more about that.
Yeah. Went and I visited an Orion establishment out on the edge of the Klingon Empire. Brought back some friend. I didn't kill anybody.
Does that mean it was a successful mission?
Yeah, little of this, little of that.
No.
Well, we get out. We got the Sentry. lets us wander out occasionally.
Well, that's good.
I mean, Arif was even foolish enough to put me in command of it once. Just once. But
Well, I'm sure you brought it back in one piece, huh?
I didn't even get a scratch on it.
Here.
The worst part was I got to where I needed to go, and the thing I needed to get when I was there had already rescued herself by the time I'd gotten there. It's hard to be the dashing hero when the damsel in distress doesn't need you.
Well, you know, sometimes it's good for them to take care of it themselves, and you know, you need to take a ship out on a bit of a pleasure cruise, right? Nothing wrong with that.
It's a good ship.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be nice to have a little more protection around here, especially if you guys aren't going to stick around.
Well, I can assure you that well, Tiananmen is a scrappy little ship, but not necessarily a patrol ship, or sorry, not necessarily a warship by any means.
Yeah, well, you just let him in.
Prax, hot mic.
Yeah, sorry.
Just be careful around the Colothian Empire. They're unwelcoming to visitors and guests.
The Colothians. Huh, I'm not sure I'm familiar with that empire.
Well, we've had dealings with them before. We just signed Arifa. Actually taught them into a non-aggression pact between us and them and the Klingons. But whew, that was a tough one. They wanted to put a huge border buffer zone around their territory. Arif's quite a negotiator, though.
Sounds interesting. Hopefully, we won't run into them anytime soon.
Yeah. I certainly wouldn't want to go anywhere near the place.
So, Casey, how's the drink?
Excellent. Reminds me of academy parties.
It's ooh, I'm certainly feeling it.
Sorry to say, but you always were a lightweight, Haber.
Well, I want to dispute that, but I know it's true. Oh, I guess I'm just not made for human drinks.
All depends on what you put in it.
So, Commander Casey, how is she been doing?
Sorry, I think I missed that.
How has the captain been doing?
Well, she's been doing well, I think. She's settled back into the chair, and I've settled back in as first officer. I think we have a very good rapport, and despite the crew still being a little bit green, I've been thoroughly impressed with everyone's performance. I cannot imagine how challenging it must be to raise a child while commanding a starship, though. I try my best to support her in any regard I can.
Well, and with the added stress of command on her, it makes it a more difficult raising a kid.
Well, no doubt, she still practices. She still has that strong mind and willpower of leadership that she always has. I'm quite hopeful for our future adventures. And I'm certainly learning a lot about leadership and command myself. Certainly more than I did. Well, no sense mentioning his name.
I will agree on that fact. I know who you're talking about.
How has life on the station treated you? Boring or a welcome change of pace?
It depends upon your point of view. To some, it's a welcome change of pace. To others, it's boring. I mean, I'm in one place all the time. Even though on the ship, it'd be sick bay, but the station never really goes anywhere.
And what is your perspective, Doctor?
My perspective right now, Commander, is a little boring.
Well, I'm not sure how things have been for you since the court-martial, and I know things didn't go so well for you as you had hoped, but if you'd like, I can see if any ships are in need of a chief medical officer.
I do have something out there that I'm waiting on. I am looking to get back on a starship, but, until then, I'll be more than happy to do my job wherever I do it.
Well, if I hear anything, I'll let you know if your lead doesn't pan out.
Sounds good, Commander. Is there a porthole to space outside? Or on the bulkhead, I guess? GM?
Like a window?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Well, no, this one's probably over in the terrestrial enclosure, so it's probably overlooking like a lake or something.
Okay.
I'm assuming you guys have been drinking.
Oh yeah, we have, and we did do a fitness ball for it. So
So practice saying that I need to give you some see if you're falling over drunk rolls.
Garibaldi and DeGrasse failed their first check for the first shot. Casey and Pearson passed.
What was the difficulty for the first one?
1.
All right. So for those that passed their first check, I'll give you a fitness medicine difficulty 1 still. If you failed your first check, I'm going to make it a difficulty 2. Fitness medicine.
Well, that must spend a momentum for a third die.
Take a
Not that it
threat.
helped.
Ouch.
Wow.
Oof. Yeah, take a threat. Hey.
All right, so Garibaldi failed quite miserably. Ben, I think, got it.
I'm an before I roll.
Oh, this is just for the 4 people that were here in the bar drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Nightingale doesn't have to worry about that yet. Who didn't roll? Casey, maybe?
yeah,
I
I think
rolled the
Casey.
best. Oh, are we doing a second roll?
You guys kept drinking, right?
I guess so. Yeah. Do you accept composure as a focus?
I will.
It's difficulty 2 this time.
If you failed your first one.
Oh, I did not.
Right, it looks like Casey passed. So I think everyone passed that one except for Garibaldi. And you got a complication. Are you letting the roll stand?
Yep.
And I'm assuming that's their second one. Oh, God. Garibaldi, you are not metabolizing this well at all. Your trill physiology is working against you in this case, and you are really starting to feel the strain of this. You're really drunk. You're slurring your words. You're seeing 4 of everything. Good luck with that.
This stuff's great. Clinics does not like this stuff, but I think it's great. Thanks, Doc.
I think you're about done.
It's just could see worse. It's tryots. You brought some, right, Doc?
Like this, people not being able to hold their liquor.
I think there used to be a join link somewhere on here.
So who's the blonde in the corner?
If I recall correctly, she's a medical person aboard the Expedition. Isn't that right, Casey?
It's your ship.
Oh, is she aboard the Tiananmen?
Yeah.
Whoops. All right. DeGrasse will say, is it? I'm trying to. One sec. I think it's Renate, right? Yes. Yes, that's Lieutenant Renate. She's head nurse aboard the Tiananmen.
She's brightening up the place.
Yeah, she is a very nice person.
They should be shitting over here with us.
Well, I'm sure if she would like to, she's more than welcome to on her own accord. Are you doing okay over there, Garibaldi? All right, we'll give Garibaldi a quick quick time to recover. Pearson, I do have to say, this is this is a very good drink.
Why, thank you. I've been working on refining it since I was on the expedition, but staying in one place is easier to do.
It's it hits like a brick.
That's the whole point, Captain.
Ugh.
And I think it's about this time that Pearson's like reaches into his bag, grabs a hypo spray, and just on Quinix.
Is it working now, Quinix?
Eh?
I heard something.
Sometimes. He heard the word "it hits like a brick," and so Garibaldi is going to regale those at the table at the bar with his rendition of Brick House.
It is karaoke night in the Big Bang Cafe, so if you wanted to sing, have at it.
Oh no. DeGrasse is gonna egg this on. Garibaldi, I'm interested in hearing a bit of song from you.
Yeah,
If you're down for it.
Irish, a classic Earth song. We'll try to find what is that? The Commodores? The Brick House on the karaoke machine. I can possibly the Commodores.
I
It
mean,
is
you
the
can pretty
Commodores.
much find whatever song you want. So, up come the words.
Garibaldi will attempt to sing. Garibaldi's player doesn't know all the words to that song. He's awful surprised he remembered it was by the Commodores. So, what is the role for attempting to drunk sing soul music from Earth's 1970s for a trill?
Well, it depends on how well you could role play it.
Yeah, that's not nice. You see it. There's a brick house. She's mighty. Mighty? So let's all hang out. She's a brick house. She's a mighty. Let's all hang out. Yeah, you make me just look at the dead lips. She's at a point at the block. She's stacked. That's a fact. Well put together. Everybody knows that's how the story goes. She knows she got everything that a woman needs to get a man. Yeah. This isn't recorded, is it? How she can lose with the stuff she used. 36, 24, 36. Oh, what a winning hand. And then Garibaldi passes out.
I wanted to, but I just couldn't.
I bet my microphone worked through all of that too.
It did.
I wanted
give
to,
me,
I couldn't.
give me Presence Command Complication 2. Difficulty 2, Complication 2. See how the crowd reacted to this.
Oh, I won't even buy extra dice. Look at that.
Oh.
Garibaldi is a hit.
Apparently, it is happy hour here at the Big Bang Cafe, and it would seem a few of the people actually knew the song as well.
Yeah, you just so happen to have a live band playing along right behind you.
That's a special karaoke night.
And Garibaldi, your siren song seemed to have attracted the attention of how many individuals is the Nightingale bringing in? 1, 2, 3.
All of us?
4, 5. 5 or 6. 1, 2.
There's 6.
Yeah, Garibaldi, your siren song seemed to have drawn 6 brand new individuals into the Big Bang Cafe.
Although they haven't imported their tokens yet.
Yeah, I know. But you guys are in. Tokens at will. I do have 6 character sheets in the game. If you just had your tokens, you could just borrow a sheet instead of importing your sheets if that's easier.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, importing's gonna be an issue. So yeah, we'll steal a couple sheets on our side.
Yeah, on the very top very
chat.
top, there's 6 blank ones. Just change the name, throw a token in, call it a day.
Yeah, the woman walks in with a streak of blue in her hair will clap very loudly. Bravo, bravo!
Thank you.
Yeah, you seem to be inebriated.
Pearson, drinks for the newcomers.
Of course, and he signals the bartender for however many glasses.
drugs, and it's like, sure, why not?
And out of a mason jar, Dr. Pearson pours 6 shot glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, your drinks.
Moonshine, possibly?
Great stuff. Just put it back. It's great stuff.
She sniffed it a little bit.
Are you certain it's not lighter fluid?
It is definitely not lighter fluid. I brewed it myself.
Not to say you couldn't light it on fire, I'm sure.
That's true.
I'm
Probably.
guessing about 120 proof, if I had to.
I'll tell you this much. It is bona fide corn whiskey.
She nods and she'll look at Risha and say, the problem is it'll feel like water going down your throat. She says, be very careful. And she'll down the mason jar.
Kiana takes a sniff and shrugs and downs it too and slams her foot into the ground as it goes down.
The woman next to her, looking left and the right, shrugs, does the same thing, but instead of the foot slamming down, it's glass landing back on the bar.
That's a lot smoother than I was expecting.
Secession ignoring the
Nut.
Strip grease off the plasma stuff.
Oosh, there's lots of breakout in there now.
Disesh has ignored the getting a drink in favor of making sure his name gets in the karaoke lineup early.
Oh, yeah. Still, you really should start a karaoke night. I think he's jonesing. She'll look over her shoulder and Disesh. Oh dear.
As Disesh's number comes up, he starts into a very professional rendition of Oklahoma.
As stated earlier, this is karaoke night at the Big Bay Cafe. So if you say you're singing something, I'm gonna make you sing it.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Oklahoma, where the wind runs swiftly down the plain. What, something like that. In any event, my character has a focus in musical theater, so.
But you only sang one bar and stopped. You're getting booed.
Oh, you want me to look up the lyrics?
Hey, I did.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get back to you.
At the very least, for making a show of himself, Jill's going to run and lean her back in the bar and watch.
I think I picked a song. I don't know.
That's the other question.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Garibaldi, it looks like they might put us to shame over here.
You got shame next.
Pearson just cracks a smile and says they haven't seen anything yet.
Something better than show tunes. Funky.
And before I forget, for the Nightingale crew, since you did partake in the grain whiskey, I'm gonna need some fitness medicine rolls. Difficulty 1. See if you guys are getting drunk.
I need access to my character sheet. down at the bottom.
Is it okay if we just roll on the Nightingale game and let you know the results?
Yeah, that's fine. I am perfectly okay with that.
I am a master of copying and pasting, so way ahead.
Yeah, well, you also have access to a full computer, so.
Yeah, Jacob will tell me if you guys are not doing it.
Holy shit, no, I think the captain can just drink this like water.
Yes.
She's had a long time to practice.
Captain probably drinks it and says, "I've had worse."
Pretty much. I mean, her permanent residence at the moment is London. So, yeah, probably. She's like, the last time I had something this watered down, I was. Yeah. No, she wouldn't say that. She's nicer than that.
This is an actual news article I'm posting in Expedition.
Yeah, I'm not sure why either of ours are not rolling.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
All right, we'll just do.
If you have to, just use the D20 die roller. Roll 2 D20s.
You know, it might help if I was actually looking at our sheet, not the sheet. So, Kiana got zeros. Jill got 2 successes.
All right. Whoever got to 2 zeros, you're starting to definitely feel the drink. You're starting. You have a nice buzz going on, I would say.
I'm sorry, it's backwards, but still, yeah. Jill is buzzed. Kiana's okay.
Oh.
All right. So we have 2 song requests. One from Pearson, and whoever was singing Oklahoma.
This is quite good, Doctor. Can I have a bit more? So, hold the empty mason jar.
It's an empty, like, shot glass, but yeah, he'll grab the mason jar and just pour you another shot.
Excellent. And she'll down it.
And she'll damn it.
She will down it. Yeah. As her EXO sings Oklahoma.
Come on, EXO. Let's hear it.
The rolling wheat, it's still so sweet. What is the tune of this?
Huh.
Or Dr. Pearson can go.
Yeah, go ahead. Next time we'll pick a song I know.
So yeah, Pearson will get up there, and in this, like, out of nowhere bass voice, you all of a sudden hear, "In a water tower town, everybody waits. Stores aren't the only thing that's open on Sunday. Travels fast, wheels turn slow." I forget the rest of the verse, but then it gets to the chorus and it goes, "Friday night football is king, sweet tea goes good with anything, and the fireflies come out when the sun goes down. Nobody eats till you say amen, everybody knows your mom and them, and you see who loves who for miles in a water tower town.
Give me a diff 1 comp 2 roll. Presence command there, Doctor.
Okay. I forget what my presence command is.
I guess I could look it up. Presence is 10, command 3. So
Okay,
15.
so it's 13. And we have a momentum, right? I'll spend 1.
Oh, I'm not keeping track of any of that.
I think we've got at least 1 somewhere. Oh.
Yeah. It seems like everybody in this lounge, as more and more people come in for the karaoke night and are starting to get liquored up, it's getting a little rowdy in there, and a lot of people are cheering, woohooing. So yeah, they enjoyed your performance, Doctor.
Yeah. Nero, clap for that. You know,
Possession will eventually put in for like a Les Mis song or something for his second one.
Nero will actually get up. And why not? She'll look for an old song. It is from a play from long ago called Six. God. Alright. I guess here we go. Grew up in the French court, oui, bonjour, life was a chore, so she set sail. 1522, came straight from the UK, all the British dudes, lame, epic fail. Ooh, I wanna dance and sing, politics, not my thing. Ooh, but then I met the king, and soon my daddy said, you should try and get ahead. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Sorry.
All right, I'll give you a diff 1 comp 2.
What'd you say, Presence Command?
Yep.
Can I use my Lorian trait to lower that?
What is that?
Any social thing, I get to like lower it by.
Sure.
Cool. And then I'll give you a threat.
Ooh, ouch. I guess technically it's a div 0, so yeah. The crowd has a little trouble at first trying to understand what you are actually trying to sing, but as the song goes on, that seems to matter less, as they're just enjoying the evening and the atmosphere. And of course, give you the claps at the end.
Yeah. She will.
Phrasing.
She will very quickly vacate. Like, what the hell was I thinking? And will ask for another shot.
Kiana will make her way up to the stage. This is a classic. My grandparents used to play. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with the itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get from.
Oh no.
No, I'm good.
There goes our PG rating.
Oh please. Sir Mix-a-Lot is about as PG as you get nowadays.
Yeah. Come on, we have Old Town Road.
Oh, I'm dying laughing over here. I'm not going to make you roll. That was a hit.
So, what would I need to roll to take a shot of Kanar?
I'll probably just make this a difficulty 1 because it would appear that you are Cardassian anyway, so you're probably used to it. So yeah, I'll just make this a diff 1. Yeah. Yeah, difficulty 1. It would be medicine fitness. Yep. But
But I am my mother's child.
and also the grain alcohol is still sitting there, making anything else you drink hit you a little bit harder. So yeah, you are you're starting to slur your words a bit. And Captain, I'm going to need you to roll fitness medicine as well, probably a diff 2 comp 2, as I believe that is your 3rd shot now.
Yes, it is. Since I don't want to look cool, if you don't mind, I will spend the momentum.
Yep, it looks like we have 5, so go for it.
Oh, that is the wrong thing.
Yep, she's British.
Although it's the same score, 10 and 4
is it?
regardless. Yeah.
All right, so it's probably just 4 successes because I don't think you have a focus here.
No, it's just the 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Pearson pours you the 2 shots, and I would imagine Pearson is getting a little worried that you're not feeling any effects of this.
You should beat your homebrew, Pearson.
It's quite lovely, Doctor.
I might have to increase the concentration.
He'll look around at everybody that's struggling, like, huh.
Nah, Jill just had her one shot. She's done.
Oh, I mean, I can act drunk if that would make you feel better.
Nah, no need.
I would like another if there's more.
And Pearson holds up the empty mason jar. If I'd have known that people were going to be doing this, I would have brought more, but...
It tasted like the saying that I would haze new recruits with.
Quish. Do a slingshot around the sun and go back in time and get more.
Actually, she says, mischievously tilting her head, looking at Quinix. If you can get me into your boss's office, I know where he hides his.
Oh, I know all the ways into a Leaf's office.
Get me in there and I can get us more booze.
Right this way.
She nods and she'll stand up and go with her, go Quinix. He's terrorized her ship enough. It's her turn.
Garibaldi will definitely show her the back way into a Reef's office.
Okay, I'll come back to you two.
Sesh is probably retaking the stage with a song he knows better.
Oh yeah, go ahead and do your. Have at it. Stage is yours.
Okay. This is
to walk. take a seat somewhere else.
What have I done from Les Mis? What have I done, sweet Jesus? What have I done? Become a thief in the night, become a dog on the run? Have I fallen so far, and is the hour so late that nothing remains but the cry of my hate? The cry in the night that nobody hears, here where I stand at the turning of the years. If there's another way to go, I missed it 20 long years ago. My life was a war that could never be won. They gave me a number and murdered Valjean when they chained me and left me for dead, just for stealing a mouthful of bread. And so on and so forth.
And so on. Please give me Prez's Command difficulty 1. That was
All right,
good.
I'll get back to you. I have bargains, so I think I get an extra die on this. I assume musical theater applause.
Yes.
Shoot. Okay. All right, that would be 3 successes.
Yeah. It appears that this crowd is well versed in the works of Les Mis, you said?
Yes.
So some of them actually started to sing along with you, and you kind of got this whole little backing chorus thing going on. Another rousing success.
I'm going to use cold reading to see if there's someone there that will do a duet with me.
Don't look at me to do it.
Oh boy!
Of the Les Mis fans in the crowd, I'm going to pick out my my scene partner.
Screw it. Sure.
You actually know Les Mis?
I have Google.
Okay. Well, I just thought, like, if you don't know the tune, that's going to be a little awkward.
In that case, if anything, I'll just do an assist.
Oh no. Okay.
Song.
I don't know. Confrontation? You want to be Javert? All right, I'll sing both parts.
I got it. Go.
Well, you're at the first line if we're doing.
Valjean at last, each other plain. Monsieur Lima, you'll wear a different chain.
Before you say another word, Javert, before you chain me up like a slave again, listen to me, there is something I must do. This woman leaves behind a suffering child. There is none but me who can intercede. In mercy's name, 3 days are all I need. Then I'll return. I pledge my word. Then I'll return. You must think... Or sorry, no, that's you.
You must think me mad. I've hunted you across the years. Men like you can never change. A man such as you.
And then at this point, it's counterpoint. So you're singing while I'm singing and so on and so forth. I think that might be a little complicated to try and pull off. Believe of me, what you will. There is a duty that I'm sworn to do. You know nothing of my life, and so on and so forth.
4601. I got it.
So we stumble through it. All right, I'll roll. You know what? What the hell? This is probably the only time I'm ever going to get to use it. I'm going to use my value of unresolved sexual tension Lawson in order to try and do really well at this.
Oh, I can't believe I'm assisting this, but yes.
I will I will defer the value spend to your GM because I don't know the reference or how it's applied. So I will
that's
defer to
fine.
Jacob on that.
I think my team will back me up that it's appropriate in the circumstances.
At the very least, the subject of said value will back it up.
So yeah, let's give
Judging
it.
us a different game. If I'm the GM, if it's my call, I'm gonna have to say no.
Really? Okay. All right. Well,
there you have it.
Hold on. But you can reroll that complication.
Yep. Oh. So that would be 4 successes if the value thing isn't going through.
Yep. Cool. So we'll leave the Big Bang Cafe for now, and we'll head up toward Ops. All right, Garibaldi and
Captain Morgana.
is that Captain Morgana or Captain Nero?
Captain Morgana.
Okay. So Garibaldi and Captain Morgana, you are heading up toward Ops to try to retrieve items from Arif's office. Walk me through it, please.
That would be a Garibaldi thing.
And remember, Garibaldi, you are drunk.
Okay, Garibaldi's going to try to lead Morgana through the vent system that he used to sneak into Arif's office or break into Arif's office. That time Vogel wouldn't let him through the front door.
Well, I'm pretty sure Vogel is probably well aware of your stuff now and is probably monitoring it. So we're probably going to have a Vogel versus Garibaldi roll off here.
Garibaldi's too drunk to remember that, to realize any of that.
Exactly. So you're trying to bypass the security, I would imagine.
Uh-huh.
Forgetting Vogel is now really watching Arif's office because of the last time. So yeah, you're probably going to get hit with a few complications. But yeah, just be an opposed roll. We'll probably use your daring security versus Vogel's control engineering, I think.
Okay. What's my comp range going to be?
Yours will probably be 3.
Ah, very well. I'm going to at least give you a threat for bold. Ooh.
And of course, Vogel spend back. I don't know if she has a focus in this or not, because I think this is an old sheet. But as far as you are aware, Garibaldi, you have bypassed the security through the vent.
Even drunk, he's sneaky.
All right, so we made it in the office.
All right, I got you in. Where's the booze? And we probably shouldn't get anything on this rug.
He kind of smirks at that and says, "Right, I remember the last time I was in here." And freaked out. Anyway, she walks over to one of the legs of the desk and kind of hits it in a couple of places and pops open a door and pulls out a bottle of Valorian brandy.
Gosh, he won't miss it. Between you and me, one of these days, I'm going to bring a woman up here and play count the spots on this rug just because he loves it so much. Quick, let's get out of here before he finds us.
She nods with a really and kind of comes along with it. Like, all right. I don't think he's quite realized that he's talking to the commander's girlfriend, but sure.
Last he heard, the two of you were fighting.
Fair enough.
Prax, if you were having Vogel roll to observe something, what would you have her roll? Oh, Prax is gone. That's why.
I just got back. What?
So Garibaldi is trying to sneak into the office, forgetting that there's a huge window in there. If you were trying to have Vogel roll to observe something going on, what would you have her roll?
It would probably be Insight Security post.
Okay. So yeah, Garibaldi, you and I will.
Garibaldi would be rolling. He'd be rolling Control Security if he's being sneaky, and you would be rolling Insight Security.
I don't think they're being sneaky.
Then
He snuck in there.
Well, you're definitely not sneaky inside the office, and there's this huge window.
I would almost say it'd probably be Diff 1, or even a Diff 0, depending on how drunk they are.
The thing is Captain Morgana is completely sober.
But Garibaldi's not.
Garibaldi is completely trashed.
I would imagine your character is probably trying to keep him on track, which would probably end up having the reverse effect of being sneaky. So
Yes, because now I have to deal with a older gentleman that is acting like a toddler. No. No, that's fair.
I would say probably a Diff 1.
Okay. Insight Security.
Yeah.
Not the Vogel strong suit. If you guys will allow me, I'll spend 3 of those momentums.
No, I don't want you to pass this roll.
Yeah, but that's why it's up to everybody.
Go for it. I'd love to see this.
Likewise.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Wait. I can re-roll one.
You got it.
Oh, you said it's Diff 1?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Vogel noticing Garibaldi stumbling around Arif's office, probably hitting over chairs, will walk up to the window and knock on it and kind of do like the shoulder shrug, like, what the hell are you doing? Again?
That'll get Nira's attention and she'll crack her head on the corner of the desk going, Buddy, why did he hit
Garibaldi will just get a big grin on his face and just wave, "Hi, Vogel."
She'll shake her head and walk in.
So that's Vogel.
Sarah, shh. Be quiet. We're trying to sneak into Arif's office.
Really, Garibaldi? Again? You're gonna do this to me again?
No. Last time I was breaking in. This time I'm sneaking in. Big difference. Totally different thing. Right, Morgan? Anna?
It's actually it's Nira. First name. Anyway, she says actually it was my idea. She says Arif had some liquor that was owed to me. She holds the bottle up and says, and well, I was on the station. He told me to come by. I made the mistake of asking the lieutenant here, and he drunkenly led me through the vents. It amused me, so I let him continue.
It's all Quinix's fault. If it wasn't for Quinix, you never caught me. Silly worm can't hold his liquor.
Is that what I'm spelling on you, Garibaldi?
I plead the 15th.
There's no point in lying now. We're already caught, and you smell like a corn silo. He says, no, one of the doctors had some very good booze, and well, she'll leave R&R. You know how it gets.
Is the refugee situation handled?
Absolutely. They're snug as bugs in a reef's rug. There's not any bugs in this rug, is there? Reef would be mad. So Garibaldi will get down on the floor to make sure there are no bugs in the rug, and then roll up in the rug.
And as this conversation is going on, the door opens to find a very surprised Commander Arif.
Nira?
Hello, darling.
GQ, Sarah? GQ, get up off the ground.
Nope, Garibaldi is going to squinch up inside the rolled up rug and pretend that Arif cannot see him.
He's had.
I'm gonna look to Garibaldi, and I'm gonna look to Sarah, then finally I'm gonna look to Nira, and I'll say, okay. Well, this was fun. Why don't you look me up when you're done playing with your friends? Then I'll look back to Sarah and say, okay. And I'm gonna turn and walk out of my office.
Garibaldi will get up out of the rug at that point and say, he didn't suspect a thing.
Garibaldi, what am I going to do with you?
I make suggestions, but then I'd have to go see Human Resources. Come, Nira. Back to the inn. Tavern. Bar. Back to the bar. And you think Garibaldi will head out through the vent system again.
Nira will look at Sarah and say, I'm sorry, I'll meet him at the entrance. She says, and she'll take the bottle, kind of kick close the little door, and walk out the actual door and wait for Garibaldi.
And as you both leave, Vogel Tapper combat. Vogel to security. Can we get somebody up here to fix the security in Arif's office, please? It's the third time it's been broken into already. And yeah, wherever Mira will meet Garibaldi, you two can meet there.
Yeah, where we went into the vents originally is where she'll meet him. So she'll be standing there when he pokes his head out.
I should get ahead of me. We need to go back to the bar.
You didn't know this? When Alorians reach about 200, we get super speed.
Huh?
Yeah.
That explains why that's what explains why Arif is everywhere.
Exactly. If I'm that old, imagine what he can do.
That's scary. I should probably stop sneaking into his office.
It's probably wise.
But really, Nira, he's got an unhealthy attachment to that rug.
I know. You should have seen when it got just a little bit of dirt on it. I think he cried for like 10 minutes.
We should put that on social media.
She pulls out her tricorder and shows him the video. She says, oh, I was already ahead of you.
done. That's officer thinking, which is a good thing since you're a captain.
She nods and she'll lead him back to the the bar, carrying the booze.
All right. While all that is going on, down on the planet's surface, maybe a few kilometers outside of the newly formed colony, we find Captain Prax and her adopted daughter Kesri setting up, making camp, and possibly enjoying a small snack around a roaring fire. It's probably maybe late evening, maybe right before the sun goes down on the planet's surface. If Captain is back.
No, I'm here. Well, sweetie, how do you like the ride?
I take it back. Horses aren't stupid.
They're evil.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Can we go riding again tomorrow?
Well, absolutely. That's why we have the horse for a couple days.
How long are we going to stay here?
I figured we just camp out tonight and then we'll ride back tomorrow.
Oh, can we stay another night, please?
Well, it depends on how long the repair crews on the ship finish fixing the ship.
Okay. What about the holodeck? Can we go riding there?
I'm assuming we can set up a program for it. Won't be exactly the same.
Mommy, what's a s'more?
I believe it is a treat on Earth. It is a sweet substance they call a marshmallow, chocolate, and a graham cracker, pushed together into a sandwich.
And your daughter's eyes are basically wide with excitement. Can we make some?
Unfortunately, I neglected to not think of that possibility. Where did you learn about s'mores?
I looked it up on the computer when you talked about camping.
Well, when we get back to the ship, we'll make some s'mores.
Promise?
I promise.
Anything else you would like to do, Prax, before we head up to the drunkards?
No, I'm good.
Alrighty. Morgana and stumbling bumbly Garibaldi head back to
Yep.
to the Big Bang Cafe. There's a whole group up there singing now. One of those very incoherent, they've been drinking for a few hours songs are playing. Something you might hear at a sporting event, perhaps at a Parisi Squares tournament or something. And the whole place is just lively, action-packed. Everyone seems to be having a good time.
Yep.
Maybe you hear Freebird playing Garibaldi.
Freebird! Nero will walk up with her hand held high with the booze.
Stolen.
Not stolen.
We got in and out. Nobody saw a thing. Except Vogel. And Arif. Maybe half the people working ops. But other than that, nobody saw a thing.
Well, there was that crewman in the hallway as well. With you explaining out loud how we snuck into the commander's office.
Okay. Sneaking is better than breaking.
You are quite the operative, Lieutenant Garibaldi.
I model myself after what's his name? Guy was named after a book about birds. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Right. She'll turn to the other three gentlemen. Right. Drink? The commander, the captain, and the doctor.
Yes, please.
I don't see why not. But I wouldn't forget your other crew members that are here as well.
She looks at the bottle in her hand, and then she looks around, and she'll call the session Jill over, and she'll line up a bunch of not shot glasses, because this isn't shooty stuff, but she'll pour everybody a shot, a good one.
Start
Yeah.
technically towards everybody a double.
Back from the stage, Jill's got a flush to her face, just accepts it and downs it.
You see, sorry.
Go ahead.
You see Mosette like do the head trauma finger test, where you put your thumb to each finger, and then immediately go for a shot.
Yeah, the captain will drink hers slowly. And what it is basically is it's obviously a whiskey of some kind, but you can't quite get what fruit it is or what grain is used as well, because they don't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, I should probably have those that are continuing to drink keep rolling those fitness medicine rolls. Mostly because Mosette I think failed again, so you're really starting to get drunk now. Mostly because having players act out being drunk is hilarious.
So, okay, Jill got 2 successes on hers. Anna got 1 success.
As his crew gets progressively more drunk, Desesh starts to get a little den mothery and acting as designated officer, making sure that Mosette is, okay.
The irony.
And there's probably another glass of water slid in front of her.
In a sense, isn't this just the whole political situation in microcosm?
I mean, unless a Romulan keels over, yeah. I would say 1-for-1 examination of the politics right now.
Yeah. That's what the occupation was. Just a really bad hangover.
Here's to the Romulan Star Empire for finally imploding so we can have half our original territory back.
Well, the mineral water gets clinked.
So, what is it with Federation ships and secondary backups? They don't seem to work.
Well, in my experience, and bear in mind, I'm a doctor, you need backup for your backup. Because, I mean, what happens if your primary and your backup goes down?
No, let me explain. Like, with every engagement, there was a death that I could not understand until I saw your consoles and discovered that they could explode really well. Like, why don't you have a circuit breaker to prevent that?
Oh.
It has to do with the efficiency of the plasma conduits within the system. Ours are primarily science vessels.
And she just looks at you, incredulous. Right.
No. What I heard is that the exploding consoles, it's a survival of the fitness test designed by Section 32.
Now you're sounding like a Klingon.
I like Klingons. They're cuddly.
Well, they aren't putting your people to work in shipyards, so tomato, tomato.
Desesh raises an eyebrow at the
Irony.
comparison. It doesn't say anything.
Bill just rolls her eyes. The Federation ship's primary power system warp. Your typical circuit breaker is designed for an actual electric conduit, not a plasma. It's an unfortunate side effect of having warp power power the entire ship. Fusion cores as a primary power system for everything. It allows us to redirect power more effectively, but it does come at it.
If somebody is singing or if there's music going, the captain's just gonna go dance.
There probably is.
Yeah, so just go dance.
If there's dancing, Desesh is going to end up there too.
So you just do that in public?
Called having fun. The way to express yourself.
By being a hard worker for the state?
If that's all you express, Bill shrugs. The more people find it another duty.
There is a human saying: work hard, play hard.
Sorry, who said that?
Dr. Pearson did.
Joe will look over and give that nod of approval to Dr.
Well, that explains the whiskey.
Well, Miss Massette, what do you like to do on your off time?
And you see her pour some what looks like black powder. Sorry, what's that thing called? It's not salt. It's pepper. Oh my god, I forgot the word pepper. Into what looks like a hot cup of tea. And takes a sip and she says, "Ah. Now that's a good question. There's an old saying on Prime. Joy's a weakness, but education is power." And I was a fairly good student.
Well, then let me ask you a question. What if you get educated in joy?
Then you become a hedonist, and you fail the state.
You're only half right. How does being a hedonist fail the state? Still performing your duties. Why would you not allow to be? Why would you not allow to have fun?
You put all your time and effort into your own pursuits, then you're robbing the state of your work.
But if your pursuits are to improve the state, different.
We don't focus on the intangible, such as enjoyment. We focus on the tangible.
Oh, but not intangible doesn't mean it doesn't have value. I look around. Everybody here is enjoying themselves, and it's going to lead to an increased morale, and it will provide an performance in their duties. Not tomorrow, but at least the next day, you have to relax, pull off some steam.
We largely kept up morale through punitive means. And she coughs.
There's a frown on Jill's face hearing that. That might encourage people to work, but it doesn't encourage people to work well. Working out of fear of punishment only goes so far. I would risk the statement that we're all here because we want to. We don't do a good job at it.
So, in essence, why do you want to do this? Is it a sense of duty or obligation to the Federation?
We all have our different. I can't speak for anybody else. I'm out here after all the crap that I've been through because I want to be out here to get help.
I'm a doctor here on this station. For me, I enjoy helping people. I wake up in the morning and I go to help people. Sometimes people can consider my job fun. It's a way of looking at it, is what it is. From what I'm hearing from you, it sounds like you went to work to avoid personal harm, while I go to work to help others.
You misunderstand me. I work for the edification of the state.
Yes, but is that why you want to be good at your job?
No, because if you're not good at it, then you shouldn't try it. If you're not the best at something, you're nothing.
I believe I can honestly say that the best security officer I have personally met was not Ben. Who was the security chief before Ben on the expedition?
I think he's sitting right next to you.
Oh, it's DeGraw. Or Casey. It's one of them. Is actually, and he points at...
Security chief.
Well, Pearson's going to point to whichever one it was and just go, was that one right there. But I'm sure if we were to ask him who the best security chief was, that he will say that there is somebody better than him. You can't consider yourself the best at something because there's always going to be somebody better than you.
They failed to find an equal to me. So, say as you wish.
But that line of thinking is not the same out here. Within Starfleet, there are specialists in the field. There's also a great number of people that are good at a larger. We all receive basic training in many fields and specialties in others. I myself, I've gone through the specialties of. I also have skills in science, tactics. When we're out here, we're largely out here by ourselves, and having a group of select specialists vulnerable to other things, so we have to do that with other skills. If you're the best at one thing, 5 different types of problems, how are you going to attack the other 4?
At this point, Desesh is coming back over to the table and sees that the mood has kind of gotten very serious, and so he kind of has a seat. This seems to have gotten deep.
Just a slight philosophical debate. Difference of culture, mainly.
I see.
At the core of it, Jill's still relaxed against the back of the bar, gesturing over to Risha. Someone here doesn't believe in the value of having fun once in a while.
Yes,
That wasn't what I said.
That's what you inferred.
Implied.
There was like a slight smile in the corner of her lips when you realize that that's what she was going for.
We're hoping that you'll feel comfortable speaking your mind. We're expecting to hear more from engineering in the future.
I'm taken aback by your statement, sir.
Are you surprised, Lieutenant? Or no, sorry, Miss Mossette. Sorry.
Yes.
We've been doing. You did a lot of really good work dealing with the tractor beams. We're hoping that you'll be able to give us more information more often.
In what regard, Commander?
Well, we don't currently have anyone directly dealing with that sort of thing, and I'm hoping that we can bring more voices into the staff meetings.
Forgive me, you must be mistaking me for someone else. I am not an officer in any regard.
Well, a lot of the people on our ship aren't officers, even those within positions that normally require them on Starfleet vessels. We're a mission of mercy. Does it make you uncomfortable?
No, I'm... And she's trying to find the word for it. Unused to this.
Used to staying down in the engine room?
Right, yes. Nearly 40 hours a day for a shift.
Well, it seems like you'll have to break up your routine a little bit. Disesh looks to Lawson at this point, just to get her input on this situation.
Take a breath. Was that you have been very helpful in tackling problems that we've been across side. You've been
Sorry,
given
my computer's breaking up a little bit.
I'm sorry, it might be my side too. You're being given a chance to give your input before when we're deciding how to tackle any of our problems. Instead of just following through with an idea, you're being given a chance to help form the idea in the first place.
This is... And you can tell that she is genuinely confused by the prospect. Highly irregular.
The captain will start walking over and say, "Right, sorry, don't mean to cut your leave early, but we needed back at Azorius again," she says. "So, come along, everyone. We have to get at least some of you sober."
Joe will straighten up, maybe take like a quarter stumble, and then straighten the uniform again. Of course, Captain.
Massette's probably the drunkest looking one.
Oh,
here.
yeah, no, she is completely hammered.
Yeah. So Disesh is going to, at this point, sort of become Massette's buddy and just say, like, we should really get going. And try to escort her to the transport room.
Yep. Gentlemen, it's been fun. She says. She'll look at Garibaldi and smile and say,
you may want to work on getting your friend to be able to hold his liquor.
Why, of course.
And you, I look forward to trying the new recipe next time I come through.
Have to try and make one to your liking.
Not. And she'll lead her crew out. Like, yep, time to go.
How trashed is Risha?
If Garibaldi and Risha are about the same, pretty trashed.
Alright, chances are it's Sesh on one side, Jill on the other, walking Cardassian out.
Yeah, both of them failed all of their save throws for fitness medicine for the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jill's buzzed, but she's not unstable.
Well, night, guys. Enjoy the rest of your game.
Good night.
Night.
Night, everybody.
Night, everyone.
And I think they're being pulled back to their Nightingale. But then that'll allow us to wrap up the expedition. All right, yeah, I'll give the opportunity for any final role plays we want to do before we wrap up. We could advance time a bit. You know, we could call this the next day or the next couple of days to have any talks that people wanted to do before we break off here. 'Cause I'm not sure if DeGrasse and Prax had their talk yet.
Yeah, not yet. So yeah, Prax and I could do that before we finish for the night.
Yeah, it's probably be a good one to end on. Is there any others we wanted to do before? Maybe finish up here after the Nightingale crew leaves?
I'm good to wrap up.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll head. Where do you guys want to meet?
I'm assuming it wouldn't be the same night because it would probably be the following day. So
Yeah,
probably
a couple
after,
days.
probably after Prax gets back up from the camping trip.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably 2-3 days after. We can just start at Captain's Ready Room. As DeGrasse chimes the door.
Enter.
Ross will walk over and take a seat. Captain?
Look a little flush.
I'm just, well, hung out with Dr. Pearson and Garibaldi for a night.
Obviously, the doctor brought out his favorite stash.
I have to say it's probably even stronger than I remember it. Oh, you look rather healthy, Captain. How'd you enjoy the surface?
It was enjoyable.
And did your daughter enjoy it too?
It took a bit of convincing, but yes, she did have fun at the end. In fact, she's probably figured out that the replicator can replicate s'mores.
What's a s'more, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a sweet. Well, wait. Do you know what a marshmallow is?
Can't say I do, Captain.
She gets up, walks over. Computer, 2 smarts. And she places the plate on the table. Bon appetit.
He'll look at it.
It won't kill you.
And you said it's sweets? This looks like an Earth sandwich.
It is. It's popular among humans who for camping out.
He'll pick it up. So I just bite into it. Just
bite into it like a sandwich.
He'll take a bite. He'll take another bite. He'll take another big bite. Captain, this is really good.
I am aware.
Humans eat this all the time?
No, only on special occasions. Or when they feel like it.
Well, remind me to have a talk with Casey, because he never mentioned this. He'll finish it off. Oh, one thing I have to say about humans, they like their sweets.
Yes, they do. Can I get you something to drink?
No, Captain. No, thank you. I'm good. Well, I wanted to take some time, since, well, I don't think we spoke too much after the trial. Not that we necessarily needed to. But I just wanted to say face to face. I know why you had to do it. And well, quite honestly, I fell for you. Being put in that position to defend that person, I don't see how you did it, but you're a stronger person than I am.
There are some things you just have to set aside in order to get the job done. Believe me, I complained and threw a fit with every admiral and that I could. And they all told me the same thing. Fuck it up. So that's what I had to do. Didn't like it. And it's something I'm going to have to live with.
Well, I know the crew can think Well, what they want to think, it's their choice, but I just wanted to say that I respected you, and I still do, for that decision. The fleet's better for you having done that, and for you still being with us.
Just glad you put on a good front. Normally don't like to lose, but that's one battle I'm grateful I did lose.
Well, if it matters, I felt that I was doing it for all of us. You included. I just hope I never have to do that again. That's well, Captain, you know how it is out here. We've run up against some pretty tough adversaries, but that is not something that I wish to repeat again.
Same here.
All right, well, that's all I had for you. Just wanted to say it in person.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ross will get up to walk out of the door and just say,
Hey, Bar.
yes, Prax.
Watch your back.
You too, Captain. Till next time. He'll walk out and head back to his ship.
All right. And I think we'll call that the end of whatever the heck I called this episode.
Stay-Cation.